Here we go. So maybe I can get it right this time. Folks, here's the story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a real hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest, frail, but Minnie had the heart as big as a whale. Heidi, 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 hi. Hooty, 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 ho. Eedy, 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 Heidi, Heidi, hi. She messed around with a bloke named Smokey. She loved him though he was cokey. He took her down to Chinatown and showed her how to kick the gong around. Heidi, 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 hi. Why, Heidi, Heidi, Heidi. She had a dream about the king of Sweden. He gave her things that she was needing. He gave her a home built of gold and steel, a diamond car with platinum heels. Heidi, 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 Heidi. He gave his townhouse and his racing horses. Each meal she ate was a dozen courses. She had $1 million worth of nickels and dimes. She sat around and counted them all 1 million times. Poor men, poor men, poor men.
Hey!
Hey, that inspires me that I might do Willie the Weeper, which is the male counterpart, a little later. If anyone's interested in hearing it again, I play it a lot, so you probably heard it.
Cab Calloway lives.
A?
Cab Calloway lives.
He does indeed, good old Cab Calloway. So we shall begin with May now. If you're ready for us, May, I am muting everyone. Muted for you, May.
Okay. I've played this before, but not on viola. So it's it's Edith Piaf's La Vie en Rose, but on viola. So hopefully it goes well, because I only played it once before logging on. So here goes nothing. Short and sweet.
That sounds lovely.
Thank
Oh,
you.
those deep string sounds.
Yeah, it really suits the viola, doesn't it? Yeah. La Vie en Rosa. Okay, Mary Jane, would you like to take a turn?
Sure.
I am muting. And so now it's up to you, Mary Jane.
Okay, I am unmuted, and I'm going to do a couple of Scottish songs today because tomorrow is Burns' birthday. I've been celebrating all month long, and now it's about time to really celebrate. So, but this song is McPherson's Farewell, which might actually be an older song than, I'm sure that Burns would have claimed this song, but he might not have written the original version. But at any rate, he was given credit for it when I downloaded it, 1788. Farewell, ye dungeons dark and strong, farewell, farewell to thee. McPherson's time will not be long on yonder gallows tree. Untie these bands from off my hands and give to me my sword. And there's no a man in all Scotland, but I'll brave him at a word. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly gay he. He played a tune and he danced in a room below the gallows tree. There's some come here to see me hanged, and some to buy my fiddle. But before that I do part with her, I'll crack her through the middle. He took the fiddle in both of his hands, and he broke it o'er a stone, saying there's ne'er other hand shall play on thee when I am dead and gone. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly gay he. He played a tune and he danced in a room below the gallows tree. Oh, what is death but parting breath on many a bloody plain? I've dared his face, and in this place I'll scorn him yet again. I've lived a life of sturt and strife, I die by treachery. It burns my heart, I must depart, and not avenge it be. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly gay he. He played a tune and he danced in a room below the gallows tree. Now farewell light, thou sunshine bright, and all beneath the sky. May coward shame disdain his name, the wretch that dares not die. The reprieve was coming o'er the brig of Banff to set McPherson free. They bid the clock 4:15 and hang him frae the tree. Say rantingly, say wantonly, say dauntingly gay he. He played a tune and he danced in a room below the gallows tree.
Yay!
Very nice, very nice. I can take all these murder ballads and all the blood and gore and everything, but when they start breaking fiddles, I don't
Yeah, that's the
I have
worst
to
part
go
of
away.
it.
What I like about that song is that thief had always gamed the system by getting a lord, a lad, to be his sponsor and rescue him at the last minute. but then the locals gamed the system by changing the clock. So it's all about cheating.
Yeah, he almost made it, but
Oh, I made it one
not. He didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of changing the clock, I apologize for fiddling with the schedule on you. I won't do that very often, but I had a I had a vaccination appointment, which was really hard to get, so I better go do that. So I am Moderna. Okay, so how about Elsa and David? Will you give us a song? I'm muting everyone. Don't unmute yet. Just a minute. Now you can unmute.
Well, we were having trouble finding the song we wanted to do, so we're going to do the Sinking of the Reuben James. Have you heard of the ship called the Good Reuben James? Man, the hard-fighting man, both of honor and fame, through the stars and the stripes of the land of the free. But tonight she's in her grave at the bottom of the sea. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? 100 men to drown on that dark watery grave. When that good ship went down, only 44 were saved. 'Twas the last of October, we saved the 44. The cold icy waters of that cold Iceland shore. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? It was there in the dark of that uncertain night that we watched for the U-boats and waited for a fight. Then a whine and a rock and a great explosion roared, and they laid the Reuben James on that cold ocean floor. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Many years have passed since those brave men were gone. Those cold ocean waters, they are still and they are calm. Many years have passed and still I wonder why. The worst of one must fight and the best of men must die. Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Tell me what were their names? Tell me what were their names? Did you have a friend on the Good Reuben James?
Yay!
Wildwood Flower. Yay.
Was it something before it was Wildwood Flower? I don't know. I think it was just Wildwood Flower, yeah. Okay, so who's next? Who's next? Mary Jane, Elsa, Jim Turtelette.
All righty.
I am,
By the way,
I am muting Jim. Just a minute.
okay.
Now we're ready.
By the way, that song, which is by the Almanacs, and therefore by Woody, is proof once again of the important fact that Woody Guthrie never heard a Carter family melody he didn't want to steal. This, however, is not a Carter family song. I don't think AP approved of grog. Well, it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. For I've spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander. I'm sick in the head, and I haven't been to bed since first I came ashore with me plunder. I've seen centipedes and snakes, and my head is full of aches, and I have to chart a path for way out yonder. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. For across the western ocean I must wander. Where are me boots, me noggin, noggin boots? They're all sold for beer and tobacco. So, for the uppers was letting in, and the soles was getting thin, and the heels were looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. For across the western ocean I must wander. Where is me shirt, me noggin, noggin shirt? It's all sold for beer and tobacco. For the sleeves they got worn out, and the collar was turned about, and the tail was looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. For across the western ocean I must wander. Where is me bed, me noggin, noggin bed? It's all gone for beer and tobacco. For I lent it to the girls, and the springs are all in curls, and the sheets are looking out for better weather. And it's all for me grog, me jolly, jolly grog. All for me beer and tobacco. For I spent all me tin with the lassies drinking gin. Far across the western ocean I must wander.
Yeah, good one.
I left the wife beating verse out.
Oh,
Goes with the grog. Come on.
The next TikTok sensation.
yes, we're all supposed to be doing sea chanties on TikTok, but, which is great. I can't imagine how that happened, but that's cool. Okay, and
People are bored.
I just realized that I've somehow skipped Dave. I think did I miss you, Dave? Or are you still?
I thought it wasn't my turn yet.
Well, it's your turn now.
All right. Well,
Yes. Okay. I'm muting everyone. So, Dave, it's up to you.
okay, I'm going to do one, and then Karen's going to do one. Okay.
Okay.
So one good sea song deserves another. This is not a traditional one, but it's one of the things that I sort of put together. It's a poem by a man named John Masefield, and it's called Sea Fever. And the tune that I picked to go with it is a ballad called Matt Highland. And then after I get done with the three verses of the poem, I go into a jig called Out on the Ocean, which seems to be complementary. I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky. and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And the wheels kick, and the wind's song, and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face, and a gray dawn breaking. I must go down to the seas again for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day with the white clouds flying and the flung spray and the blown spume and the seagulls crying. I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and a quiet sleep and a sweet dream when the long trick's over.
That's great. Tell me again, what was the tune?
Matt Hyland.
That works incredibly well. That's just great.
Well, I thought it worked. There was
Okay.
a woman in this town who had a handsome only daughter. She was courted by a nice young man who was a servant to her father. You know the song.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to mute everyone again so that Karen can take up the baton here. Muting. And all ready for Karen.
Okay, this time around, wait, why is that happening?
Go ahead.
Okay, this time around, I want to do my favorite new shanty, Bold Riley. Oh, the rain, it rains all day long. Bold Riley, oh, Bold Riley. And the northern wind, it blows so strong. Bold Riley, oh, has gone away. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear, oh. Bold Riley, oh, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear, oh. Bold Riley, oh, has gone away. Well, come on, Mary, don't look glum. Bold Riley, oh, Bold Riley. Come White Stocking Day, you'll be drinking rum. Bold Riley-O has gone away. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley-O, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley-O has gone away. We're outward bound for the Bengal Bay. Bold Riley-O, Bold Riley. Get bending, me lads, it's a hell of a way. Bold Riley-O has gone away. Goodbye, my sweetheart. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley-O, Bold Riley. Goodbye, my darling. Goodbye, my dear. Oh, Bold Riley-O has gone away.
Yes, that's a definite favorite of mine too. Riley. Wow. That's great potential for harmony and you to do always do it well. So let's see. Now I've realized what's messed me up before was my eyes skipped a couple of lines. And not only did I skip over David, I skipped over Stuart. So we're we're gonna let Stuart sing now.
I'm quite willing.
Huh?
I'm quite willing to let a poet go ahead of me in order to break that up if you wanted.
Okay, well, let's see. That would be Tom or Jeff. Well, let's go with Tom since he's actually first on my actual list here. I am muting everyone. And we're ready for Tom.
If you can see this drawing, this is the drawing we did last night at a reading of Texas poets. And it's called "It Is Hard to Breathe in This World." And this is the poem that goes with it, which is an ancient folk tune written last night. After 4 years of emotional barragement, when politics seemed like a cesspool of criminal corruption, along comes our first youth poet laureate, Amanda Gorman. Bright yellow dress, brighter inauguration poem. She knows why the caged bird sings. Daughter of a single mother, ready to run for president in 2036. She sings us back into freedom. When COVID steals our lives, we grieve. Poetry is made for healing. We remember each other as healers. Her friend has COVID and she refuses to concede. She sees him as healing. So Tammy Gomez gets us all to visualize clear youngs. We draw our affirmations, all 34 poets, watchers, witnesses, song people. We hold them up to the screen so she can see all our versions of visions. She begins to share tears when so many clear youngs, clear lungs are drawn, written, expressed. She says, we must say what we want to really see. Oh, say, can you see? Call it treasure mapping, affirmations. Poetry and music means more than healing, but right now, poetry is being lived by this emerging American nation. At this poetic rate, soon we may all be worthy of being called the United States.
Yay, Tom.
Good words, Tom. Good words.
You know, when the two people who steal the scene at the inauguration are the youth poet and the old guy with the mittens. You know, a new world is coming, and especially since she's the youth poet laureate, you know, that's the future, not these, you know, characters. But anyway, rant, end of rant.
Making me a pair of those mittens.
Hey?
I have a friend who's making me a pair of those mittens.
Great. Okay, so we're Stuart now. How about that? Okay, now when I start the round again, everybody's going to be out of order because I got out of order this time. So be on your toes is the message there, I guess. Muting everyone. And it's up to Stuart.
Lost your mittens, you naughty kittens, then you shall have no pie. See? It's all there in nursery rhymes. He had mittens, so he gets the pie. Universal healthcare. Anyway, subliminal message. This is a song about England. In fact, it's a song called A Place Called England by an old folkie called Maggie Holland. It's a very well crafted song. There are kind of literary and cultural allusions on every line. So I'll be asking questions afterwards. But it's really about allotments or community gardens in England. Most working class folk don't have a backyard. If they do, it's tiny. But you do have the opportunity to go to the waste ground near the railroad track, have a thin line of soil and grow your vegetables and your flowers. And it goes back to the times when there were commons everywhere and people could have access and graze their animals and grow their own crops a little bit. Anyway, I think it's a very well written song. So here we go. As I rode out on a bright May morning, like a hero in a song, looking for a place called England, trying to find where I belong. Couldn't find the old flood meadow or the house that once I knew. No trace of the little river or the garden where I grew. I saw town and I saw country, motorway and sink estate. Rich man in his rolling acres, poor man still outside the gate. Retail park and burger kingdom, prairie field and factory farm, run by men who think that England's only a place to park their car. But as the train pulled from the station through the wastelands of despair, from the corner of my eye a brightness filled the filthy air. Someone's grown a patch of sunflowers, though the soil is sooty black. Marigolds and a few tomatoes right beside the railway track. Down beside the terraced houses, in between the concrete towers, compost heaps and scarlet runners, secret gardens full of flowers. Rita grows her scented roses right beneath the big jet's path. Bid a fortune for her garden, Eileen turns away and laughs. So rise up, George, and wake up, Arthur. Time to rouse out from your sleep. Deck the halls with sea green ribbons, drag the old sword from the deep. Hold the line for Dave and Daniel as they tunnel through the clay, while the oak in all its glory soaks up sun for one more day. And come all you at home with freedom, whatever the land that gave you birth, there's room for you, both root and branch, as long as you love English earth. Room for vole and room for orchid, room for all to grow and thrive. Just less room for the fat landowner on his arse in his four-wheel drive. For England is not flag or empire, it is not money, it is not blood. It's a limestone gorge and granite fell, it's weald and clay and seven mud. It's blackbird singing from the May tree, lark ascending through the scales, robin watching from his spade, and English earth beneath your nails. So here's to cheers for a place called England, sore abused but not yet dead. A Mr. Harding sort of England, hanging in there by a thread. Here's to cheers for the crazy diggers, now their hour has come around. We shall plant the seed they saved us, commonwealth and common ground. We shall plant the seed they saved us, commonwealth and common ground.
Wonderful.
Yay! Up the revolution!
Up the commons. We
Up the
went
diggers.
Yeah, very English song that. There's all sorts of little references. You should make a list of them, like Lark Ascending and
Yeah, there's a lot in there. I like the
Yeah.
Burger Kingdom. I like that one.
very clever. My friend's got an
That's
allotment
great.
in Bristol, and he's a jazz musician, and he's a encyclopedist and a photographer, but his allotment means everything to him. And the same with people in Yorkshire and Pontefract and that. Their allotment is their life. That's where they grow their vegetables, you know?
It's where they touch nature.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was watching as a DVD of the best of the two Ronnies, and a couple of the best of the two Ronnies are set in a couple of guys talking as while they're sitting on their allotment.
Yeah.
Yes,
Was
cool.
that,
Okay.
Thomas Harding you were talking about?
Thomas Hardy. Yeah.
Oh, Hardy, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what Robert was talking about.
Okay, well, I believe we'll ask Jeff to take a turn if you're up for it, Jeff. I'm muting everyone. You'll have to unmute again because I'm muting everyone now. There you go.
I always do that. All right, so I'm in a poetry class because why the heck not? I should be taking anthropology, but I can't see doing that remotely. That just doesn't interest me. But I know I can take a poetry class remotely, and I need to be taking a class or I'll go stir crazy here. So this is our first exercise. It's the I Am poem exercise. I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but this is like a standard beginning poetry exercise. The I Am poem. This is called Jeffrey Am. I am astrology denier. I am the end of the First Indochina War and the run-up to every other. I am the complete history of Face the Nation. I am a native of the Federal District of Columbia, but no way can I talk jive. I am perfectly glad to never see another avocado refrigerator. I am a West Virginia beef cattle feedlot wrangler in the coldest winter anyone could recall. I am a lover of bird dogs and love birds, doggerels not so much. I am editor-in-chief of the Next Great American Literary Journal. I am taking poetic liberty with some of these. I am actually open to the possibility of a really nice shade of avocado. I am leaving the library at absolutely the very last minute. I am definitely going back to Barcelona someday. Esto es justo aviso. I am on the tarmac wearing goggles and a scarf awaiting my Sopwith Camel. I am sorry I couldn't say Pitts Special, but that's not a familiar aircraft. I am stupefied by a love seat that's not convertible. I am the guy she told, we were a summer fling is all. I am the same guy to whom she confided, I didn't know anyone but me thought such things. I am never eating another one of those black Texas persimmons. I am impervious to fear. Self-preservation I get. I am unable to distinguish between cognac and varnish. I am staunchly anti-necktie. I am getting tired of this I am exercise, aren't you? I am skipping some that weren't very good. I am not reachable by text, nor am I responsible for texts you thought you sent me. I am not the sort of Luddite you might like on Facebook. I am going to have to go out and talk to ravens for a bit. I am back now. I am sure that most carpets are dirtier than the ground outside. I am any other things I can think of. Thank you.
That's brilliant. You've made changes.
Great.
Well, I am glad.
I'm impressed.
Brilliant.
Is that in iambic pentameter?
I am not sure.
Okay.
I haven't got food. Anyway.
Larry, are you still with us? You want to take a turn? I am muting in anticipation.
I'm
Oh,
still
there
here.
you are.
Okay, my turn. All right, let's see.
You gotta unmute again.
I'm much too old to play this song, but I still love it. Today, while the blossoms still cling to the vines, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows may all pass away, and I forget all the joy that was mine today. I can't be contented with yesterday's glories. I can't live on promises meant to stay. Today is my moon and now is my glory. I'll laugh, I'll cry, and I'll sing. Today is still cling to the vine. I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows may all pass away, and I forget all the joy that is mine today. Well, I'll be a rover. You'll know who I am by the song that I sing. I'll feast at your table, I'll sleep in your boat. Who cares what tomorrow may bring? Today, while the blossoms still cling to the vine, I'll taste your strawberries, I'll drink your sweet wine. A million tomorrows may all pass away, and I forget all the joy that was mine today.
Yay, Larry.
Very nice, Larry. Very nice. So, Chip,
That was his moneymaker. Guy wrote that.
can you give us something fine on the mandolin? I am muting everyone. Probably deserve to be muted for all of these puns, but here I go. It's up to you, Chip.
All right, good. Well, at least you don't have Bernie behind you. So anyway, actually, I changed my profile this morning to a picture of me with Bernie. So anyway, I'm gonna do one. This is a song. Is the volume okay? Needs to come up. That's what I was gonna ask. Better? A little better. Mandolin's what matters. If you can hear the mandolin, the voice is down here. All right. Anyway, this is a tune I wrote last week. I was on the way back it was a wonderful day on the 20th of January, and I was driving back from getting my first of 2 vaccinations, among with other things that were going on in the world at the time. So I wrote this tune. It's the first tune in a long time that I ever decided the name for before I wrote it. So this is kind of a happy tune. It's called The Jab. It's in the key of D for anybody who wants to play along. That's The Jab.
That's pretty
That
typical.
was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, I take the jab.
Yeah, demodulating to G.
That's right.
If I can get it.
Okay, thank you, Chip.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm muting everyone. Okay, now, did I miss anybody? I've been so goofy on the. Okay, so I guess I shall take a turn. So I'll do an English song as well. I was going to save this for the Celtic session, but I couldn't wait. And this is unusual. It's kind of a labor song, but it's very early. It's from the aftermath of the Napoleonic Wars, when tradespeople were running around looking for work and there wasn't any. And it comes to us by way of the Copper family from the south coast of England, and also Steel Ice Band did a version. So, and it's called Oh, the Hard Times of Old England. Ta-da. Come, all brother tradesmen that travel alone, oh, pray come and tell me where the trade has all gone. Long time I have traveled and I cannot find none, and it's all the hard times of old England, in old England, very hard times. Provisions you buy at the shop, it is true, but if you've no money, there's none there for you. Oh, what's a poor man and his family to do? And it's all the hard times of old England, in old England, very hard times. If you go to a shop and you ask for a job, they'll answer you there with a shake and a nod. It's enough to make a poor man turn out and nod. And it's all the hard times of old England, in old England, very hard times. Our soldiers and sailors have just come from the war, been fighting for their king and country for sure. Come home to be starved, better have stayed where they were. And it's all the hard times of old England, in old England, very hard times. And now to conclude and to finish my song, let us hope that these hard times, they won't last too long. And I'll have occasion to alter my song and sing all the good times of old England, in old England, jolly good times. In old England, jolly good times. That's all.
Yay, Terry.
Thank you. Okay.
Terry, I'm going to have to go now, but I'll leave you with this. As Jim assures me that the song that Volvo is playing on as Polish television is also being played as on American television, and that's Hard Times at the Mill. Okay?
Yay!
Bye-bye.
Right. It's in my greatest. You know, I was looking up my own website. I just thought this was cool. I don't know how it happened, but I did a Bing search for Terry songs, and they did a list from my favorite song list at the very top. You know, Terry songs favorites 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't know how that happened, but it was nice to see.
Hey Terry, if I can add just real quick, if anybody else just happens to like tie-dye as much as I do, I put the link of where I got this shirt. It's actually a small Texas-based company run by the kids, the school-age friends of school-age children of a friend of mine. So, and it's quite remarkable, actually. It's good for an astronomer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think we should start doing memes with Chip in his tie-dye shirt, you know.
White shirt till he got the vaccine, and then
Are you planning to knit matching mittens?
Actually, it's funny you ask. I have asked my daughter. I've asked my daughter to find some recycled wool and make me a pair of mittens for next Christmas.
Mitten me.
Cool.
Yeah.
We are smitten with the mittens.
Oh.
Yeah, boy. And I'm smitten with Tom's background today. It looks like a planet Saturn peace sign.
It's a peace planet. We all live on the peace planet.
Living on the peace planet. I like that.
It's a peace planet. Here we are, all together.
Okay.
Tie-dyed him.
All righty. So all the way around again to May. Would you give us one? Okay. I'm muting everyone. Already. Gotta unmute now, May.
There we go. It didn't. I had unmuted and then it muted. So whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna sort of continue the theme with a fiddle piece called Ashokan Farewell. I can't pronounce the guy's last name, so it's here. Here goes. Hold on. There you go.
Very nice. Jay Unger would be proud.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Written by Jay Unger.
Yeah.
yeah,
A couple of years ago, at my 50th high school reunion, we had a moment of remembrance for those of our classmates who were gone, and three of our classmates played Ashokan Farewell during it, which was very moving.
You know, true story. It's used by Ken Burns as the background to the letter from Solomon Ballou to his beloved wife. It was actually written to lament in, I think, the early 70s, to lament the closing of a music school that Jay Unger really loved in New England. But whatever works. It's such a gorgeous piece of music. So.
Terry, you're completely unhearable.
You need to mute yourself.
I think you've lost your sound connection on your computer.
There's no audio.
Someone's got a radio on somewhere.
Mute everybody, Terry. See if you can uncapture the mic.
You could always write our name on a little pad and say who's the next person.
Let's do that. I'll do that. And it's changed to, okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the cord must have pulled out. Were you getting audio when I was doing Hard Times of Old England there?
Yes.
Oh,
I suppose you would have told me.
yeah.
Okay, so as I was trying to say, it's Stuart's turn. I'm going to mute everyone.
I'm not up for several times yet.
No, actually, you were late the last time because the list got reshuffled.
Oh, okay.
So in order to maintain my sanity, I'm going back to the original order, if you don't mind, sir.
Whatever you call, sir.
Okay, it's you. So I'm muting. Ready
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, the Terry did a great version of this several weeks ago, but I'm going to do another one. May not be so great, but I was just struck again by how beautiful some of Bob Dylan's songs are. And he wrote this one called "Lay Down Your Weary Tune," and I was reading about the context of it. And one version is that it was early Dylan in the early 60s, and he'd kind of fallen in love with Celtic music. And he'd heard some great performance, probably something like Waly Waly or The Water's Wide or whatever. And he went outside on a summer's evening and tried to write his own song that captured the majesty and the beauty and that sound. And he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. He couldn't sing it. He couldn't strum it. So he lay back in the late night as the sun was coming up, just listened to the sounds of nature all around him. And what he wanted to hear himself create was in nature all around him. So he wrote this song called "Lay Down Your Weary Tune." Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. Struck by the sounds before the sun, I knew the night had gone. The morning breeze like a bugle blew against the drums of dawn. Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. The ocean wild like an organ played, and seaweed wove its strands. The crashing waves like cymbals clash against the rocks and sand. Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. I stood unwound beneath the skies, and clouds unbound by Lord. The crying rain like a trumpet sang, and asked for no applause. rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. The last of leaves fell from the trees and clung to a new love's breast. The branches bare like a banjo moaned to the winds that listened best. Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. I gazed down in the river's mirror and watched its winding strum. The water smooth ran like a hymn, and like a harp did hum. Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum. Lay down your weary tune, lay down the song you strum, and rest yourself neath the strength of strings no voice can hold to hum.
Bird.
I like the sustained hum there. Well done. Yeah.
I was holding on to unmute before the ended.
It was deliberate.
That was a very sustained.
It was a sustained hum. That's the point of the
Very
song.
nice.
In the
Hey,
UK.
so I'm gonna go around to Dave and Karen again. If you're up for another one, Dave, are you there? There you are. You just sunk off the screen. Okay, I'm muting everyone now.
Okay.
And we are ready for Dave.
I think I'll play a little tune on the concertina here. You better mute your thing. Okay, here's a little hornpipe called the Curlew Hills.
Yay. I'm going to unmute me now and you turn yours off.
Okay, hold on, Karen. I'm going to mute everyone again. Everybody say, yay. Okay, and now I'm going to. Okay, now I'm going to mute everyone, and Dave and Karen will have to unmute again. Okay, I'm muting. All muted. Ready for Dave and Karen.
Are you unmuted, honey?
No.
Unmute yourself. So, you don't need to. We both play on one's channel. Okay, this next one is actually a tune called Old Yeller Dog Trotting Through the Meeting House. But because we have a little black dog that's always trotting through the living room wanting to go outside, we've renamed it Little Black Dog Trotting Through the Living Room. Bear with me just a minute. How pretty that starts.
1, 2.
I don't know where it goes. Where does
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, start again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, my finger fell off the bow. Hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've forgotten it completely. All right, start again.
1, 2.
I'm sorry.
3, 4.
Kind of butchered that one, but we're still learning.
It's great.
Sounded good.
I particularly like the bird that comes in with the high lonesome interstitials. It's really good.
Well, I didn't notice any butchery. It sounded fine to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've gotten so confused today. I don't know. Did you get your second turn, or you did? Okay. So I believe we're on to Stuart Dave, Mary Jane. Muting for Mary Jane. Ready for you to unmute, Mary Jane.
Okay. And one more adjustment to make. Maybe the kazoo will sound like bagpipes. Well, this one is definitely a Robert Burns original because he wrote it supposedly on a napkin in a pub about his good friend Willie Stewart. It's called You're Welcome, Willie Stewart. And supposedly he had added some more verses to it so that it's listed as having been written between 1791 and 1795. Took him a while to get the complete version done, but I think it's my favorite Robert Burns song because it's so joyful. It's like a commemoration of his friendship with this guy. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Come bumpers high, express your joy. The bowl, we must renew it. The tappet hen gay, bring your pen to welcome Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Though foes be strong and friends be slack, their action must they rue it. A woman on him turn her back that wrongs thee, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art. Flower it grows, it fades, it falls, and nature cannot renew it. But worth and truth, eternal youth, will give to Willie Stewart. She whose arms enfold thy charms possess a loyal and true heart. To her be given to ken the heaven she holds in Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. You're welcome, Willie Stewart. There's ne'er a flower that blooms in May that's half so welcome as thou art.
Yay!
Thank you. That was great. And now we're up to Elsa and David. If you guys are ready to give us one, I will mute everyone. Muting, muting, muting. Don't unmute yet. Muting, muting, muting. Now we're ready for you to unmute.
Muting, 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 muting. Ah! That was my one song. David's gonna do Cape Cod.
Girls, they have no combs. Heave away, they comb their hair with codfish bones. We are bound for Australia. Heave away, bully, bully boys. Heave away, and don't you make a noise. We are bound for Australia. Cape Cod boys, they have no sleds. Heave away, they slide downhill on codfish pins. We are bound for Australia. Heave away, bully, bully boys. Heave away, and don't you make a noise. We are bound for Australia. Cape Cod men, they have no sails. Heave away, they sail their boats with codfish tails. We are bound for Australia. Heave away, bully, bully boys. Heave away, and don't you make a noise. We are bound for Australia. Cape Cod wives, they have no pins. Heave away, they pin their gals with codfish pins. We are bound for Australia. Heave away, bully, bully boys. Heave away, and don't you make a noise. We are bound for Australia. Free Shandy.
Hey,
Put it
so
on TikTok. He'd be famous.
you know we have our couples rule, meaning that if there's two of you, you get to do two songs. So if you'd like to do another one, you'd be welcome. Yes? Is that a yes? Oh, I can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah. Why are they?
Did you unplug your mic like I did? For some reason, I cannot hear you.
Mime show.
Yeah, not muted. Well, if you want another turn later, we asked for encores at the end, so you can feel free to take one. Maybe you'll figure, like I did, figure out your microphone in the meantime. So in that case, I am going along to Jim Turtelot, please. Muting, 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 muting. Okay, ready for Jim to unmute if Jim's still, oh, there's Jim, yeah. Okay.
Yes. In keeping with the pre-Burns Night theme, I'm going to do a song by Andy M. Stewart that Joe swiped from me a few weeks ago. If you'd like to sing along out there, the chorus runs as follows. There are sober men in plenty. There are drunkards, barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover. Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. There are sober men in plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover, Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. There are those who feign enjoyment from merciless employment. Their ambition was this deployment from the minute they left the school. And they save and scrape and ponder, while the rest go out and squander. See the world and rove and wonder, and are happier as a rule. There are sober men in plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover, Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world.
Yay!
All the nations ta'en delight in all creation, and I've tried a wee sensation where the company did prove kind. When parting was no pleasure, I've drunk another measure to the good friends that we treasure, for they always are in our mind. There are sober men in plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover, Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. If you're bent with arthritis, your bowels have got colitis, you're galloping bronchitis, and you're thinking it's time you died. While you're lying there in traction, if you've been a man of action, you may gain some satisfaction, thinking Jesus at least I tried. There are sober men in plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover, Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. There are sober men in plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a ramblin' rover, Fra Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world.
Yay!
Yeah, most striking tune, Matt. That was great.
Benny M.
So we shall, let's have some poetry and we'll move on to Tom. If you would please, Mr. Tom. Muting,
Good cookie, honey.
muting, and ready.
I was lucky to see Karl-Heinz Stockhausen do his national anthem at Melbourne University in 1970, whatever. And of course, I don't like national anthems. I like international anthems, and I really don't like our national anthem or any national anthem because it's a form of war in words. And as folk musicians, you have the capacity to change things. So here's my humble attempt at a contemporary new international anthem called Join Your Democracy. You say, I'm too old, I am too black, or welcome, you're a Democrat. You may be a refugee, welcome to democracy. Say you speak another language, well, that enriches all of us. Say you are a permaculturalist, gardens are our green futures. And if you love speech that is now within your reach, times have changed and we change too, you know exactly what to do. If you are DACA, welcome to America. Working class, welcome to us. Love Walt Whitman and Langston Hughes? Well, Democrats, they love them too. We have poetry at our inaugurations. Young, gifted, and black frontline nation. Now you know exactly what to do. Activate as a Democrat. There's so much that you can do. Over to you. Write your own. You can do better than that.
Good one, Tom.
That was great. That was great. Yeah, sell it to the DNC. They would love it.
Yeah.
Send it to Biden.
It reminds me of
The 2,000-year-old man.
Yeah.
They
They
asked him about national anthems. He said,
we used to have national anthems of caves before we had countries. And they said, do you remember it? He said, yeah, you don't forget your national anthem in a minute. Let them all go to hell except Cave 70. That's the whole deal for me.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
That certainly captures the essence.
Yes. Mel Brooks. Genius.
Yeah, but my cave's better than your cave.
Right.
Bomb you back.
Okay. On to Jeffrey Hall, I think. Are you there, Jeffrey? I said, there he is. Okay, I'm muting. And ready for Jeff?
Okay, so I'm going to try something something a little risky here. I'm gonna pull out this viola and play a piece, or try and muddle through this piece. Let's see. I'm not, you know, I haven't figured out how to make my apartment into a studio. I didn't know when I rented this apartment, I didn't know that it was gonna have to be a studio one day. I just wasn't thinking about that. All right. So I'm going to try and get a nice sound out of this nice viola. Let's see how this goes. This is called Waltz of the Penguins by C. Dunkla. This book, student tunes, only has first initials, like W. Mozart, and I don't know who this guy is, but C. Dunkla, Waltz of the Penguins. I skipped the repeats.
That's all right. What are the chances of two viola players in a?
Yeah, in one broadcast. Yeah, stereo.
What are the chances?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, thanks for sitting still for that.
It was
That was fine. It was fine, man. Fine.
it was fine. And now we're moving on to Larry Vaughn. And I am muting. If I can find the button. I am muting. Yes. And now we're all muted. And Larry, there you go.
Okay, I've got Joanna here. I think she's going to do. Well, she's going to do a dulcimer piece after we do this one. Oh, I've traveled around this land, doing the best I can, trying to find what I was meant to do. From the faces that I've seen, look as worried as can be. Looks like they've been wondering too. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. I had a buddy way back home, but he started out to roam. I hear he's out by Monterey. And sometimes I've had a few, his voice comes ringing through. I'm going out to see him someday. And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. If you see me passing by and you sit and wonder why, ain't wish that you were a gambler too. Nail your shoes to the kitchen floor, lace them up and on the floor, and thank the stars for rooting over you. 'Cause I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. No, I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound. Thank you, Tom Paxton.
Well, we'll unmute to applaud Larry, and then we'll mute again to give Joanna a turn.
Okay, Joanna's going to do one.
Okay, I am muting. So hold
It's Larry's
on.
wife.
Unmute now, please.
Hi, it's a choice. You either get to see the dulcimer or my face. So today it's the dulcimer. I'm just going to play and not sing so I can focus and concentrate. And it's one that a lot of people know, Simple Gifts. Hold on.
sound. Lovely sound.
In the key of G flat.
I wonder if I can find
Perfect,
it.
perfect song for the dulcimer. I was wondering, do folks remember Mark Gilston? Is Gilston the right name? Dulcimer player. And he used to live in Austin, but I didn't know anything of him for a long time. Just, well, anyway, he's a championship dulcimer player. And of course, not to put Joanna in anyone's shade, but I think of Mark when I think of the dulcimer. Anyway, who's next? Chip, please. Are you still there, Chip? Yeah, there you are. Okay, I am muting.
Yeah.
Ready for Chip.
All right. Yep, I could have put on a louder shirt so you wouldn't have missed me. But anyway. Well, all the tunes that y'all played are wonderful, so I bounced from doing Ashokan Farewell was Jay Younger. He also wrote Lover's Waltz, which is another beautiful waltz. I thought about doing that one, changed my mind, and then said I'll do Halfway Pond Waltz, which is written by Jim Childers. He is a fiddle player out of Charlottesville, Virginia, and he wrote about Halfway Pond, which is near Camp Ashokan, which is in the Catskill Mountains that Jay Younger and Molly Mason run and have run for years and years. But anyway, I decided rather than that, I heard a couple English songs early, so I thought I would go back to England, and this is an instrumental. I haven't learned this that long ago, maybe in the last 2 or 3 months, called Sailing Over England. So it's a fiddle tune in the key of D, by the way. No G flat this time. Here we go. Sailing Over England.
Very nice. Okay.
Yay.
I think we're at the end of the list, which must mean time for me. Okay. Well, this is a pretty scurrilous little song. It may have roots in minstrel show stuff and so on. So I've just tried to not know, but I got it from Jim Kweskin in the Jug Band, and it's called I Got Mine. I went down to the big rap game, and it certainly was against my will. I lost every doggone nickel I had on a greenback dollar bill. Them boys had a bed laying on the floor. My buddy's point was 9. The police come out, got all of them, but I got mine. Oh, I got mine. I got mine. I grabbed the money and out the back door I went flying. Ever since that big crap game, I've been living on chicken and wine. I'm a leader in high society now since I got mine. Well, I went down to the turkey feast. That dinner was very fine. About 15 minutes before the table was set, all the dinner guests fell in line. And when they brought them gobblers in, Uncle Joe, how his eyes did shine. Talking about a wrestling and a grabbing. Well, I got mine. I got mine. I got mine. I grabbed that turkey and out the back door I went flying. I tried to make it to a hiding place, but I didn't get there in time. Some rascal grabbed me by my coat, and I got mine. Well, I went down to my best gal's house. The hour was just about 9. I wasn't dressed up like Henry Ford, but I was feeling twice as fine. Caught her sitting in another fella's lap. I didn't like that sign. I told that fella what I thought of him, and I got mine. Yeah, I got mine. I got mine. I think I run out of lyrics. Oh, here I grabbed my jacket and out the back door I went flying. That rascal grabbed a big shotgun and he used it mighty fine. Oh, da-da-da-da. Talk about a rascal running. Yes, I got mine. And here's where. Here's where I lose my lyrics. Sorry, folks. A brief intermission while I shuffle my papers. Okay. To resume. Well, I know of a barber shop round 34th and Vine. Da-da-da. And I forgot the very next line. I'll try to practice it next time. Some go there for a haircut, others go in for a scrap. You see my buddy and me down there, we mean to shoot some crap. Say 7, come 11, won't you come, come, come. If you don't see them 11 dots are gonna, I'm done, done, done. If I see the police before he sees me, I'm gonna run, run, run. I'm a leader in high society now since I got mine. Oh, I got mine. Okay. That wasn't one of my more stellar performances, but it'll have to do.
So, as performance art, it was perfect. So
It was, absolutely. It was folk. It was real folk.
it was live, baby, live.
Yeah, you felt every fault.
I even had to make up a line, extemporaneous free poetry and all that sort of stuff.
Well, be sure you get credit for it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure I want credit for that song. It's kind of...
I once heard Willie Nelson, before he kind of cleaned up his act a few years ago, he forgot a line he was singing the national anthem, some sports, and he forgot a line, so he just made one up.
Excellent.
It was beautiful.
Well, the national anthem could use a few Willie Nelson made up.
Boring.
Yeah. So now we have come to that portion of our program where we ask for any encores or requests. Does anyone have anything like that? And this is where Elsa could poke in another song if you want. Did you get your audio back? No, still no audio, Elsa. I see your lips moving. Oh dear, we'll just have to learn to lip read and get the music from that. So anyhow.
I got one, Terry.
Okay, Tom then. I'm muting all. Muting.
This is called...
Okay, sorry, Tom, you have to unmute yourself now.
To the living in a time of COVID. Now that our whole world is in timeout and at least 3 mutations threaten us, time also mutates, slows down, and accelerates simultaneously. Has it really been a year since going to the cinema? How about that toilet paper hysteria and governmental change? Monarch butterflies, few and rare as beauty, sanctuaries saved from oil and gas dinosaur dynasties. We're fracking wounded many waters, but we're renewable energies. We are solar-powered, moon water, star children, people awakening to myriad possibilities, backyard concerts, mini drive-ins, Tai Chi in parks or by the seashore, yoga everywhere. Our hunger is for each other, to digest influences, meditate upon connections, and rebuild our architecture of affection. We are each other, and include all furred and feathered, 2- and 4-legged, all of wilderness and wildness, where we witness who we really are, the living. Here, now, with you, while where you are, remembering what we have learnt from this time together. You're free now.
Yay!
Very nice.
Thank you.
That's for us. Okay, anybody else? Request, encores, anything like that? Okay, well, I guess I've had a good enough time. And again, I appreciate you guys being flexible with the hour and day. And next week, what was that, May? Oh, it's a heart. I thought it was a TV set there for a minute, but it's a heart.
Yeah, it's handiwork.
All right.
It was something about your big fat mouth, I think, is what that was.
Yeah, there you go. I get it. Don't worry, I get it. Okay, well, thanks again for being with us. I had a real good time. And next week we go back to Saturday. Nothing happening on Sunday. And then the following Sunday we get Celtic. So we'll see you all on those occasions.
Thanks, Terry.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Terry.
you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.